Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's MechaGM, and we are back with, astonishingly enough, more Labyrinth of the Wastelands D&D campaign. Huzzah!
Yay!
Yeah.
Fourth edition D&D. I think it counts as old school now.
Probably. Don't really care. At any rate, it's been a while. No small part. I was sick for about a week, and that put me behind schedule on like everything. So, sorry about that. But we're back, and we're going to be playing some D&D today. Huzzah.
Yes, we are.
When we left off, you guys had managed to defeat a crystalline entity thing, sort of a golem-y thing, that was the guardian of the, apparently was the guardian of the entrance into the labyrinth proper. You got a big crystal thing you're able to slot into an altar, which opened a spiral staircase down underground to the labyrinth below.
But it also didn't fit in my pocket, despite my.
It was also too big to fit in your pocket. Yes, Eric.
Yes.
Grishnek's pocket is not large enough for the crystal. I'm sorry.
We will fix that as soon as possible.
Get me some thread and a sewing needle. I'm gonna make bigger pockets.
I mean, if you want, it's a thing you can consider doing. I suppose. All right, so there we go. Make sure I got the actual thing up. All right, so the question then is, what do you want to do now?
Mm-hmm. All right. So we had a big fight. I don't know how everybody else is doing. It does not look great according to the minis, but should we do a long rest? We can do it here or go back.
We leveled up between encounters, which means that we automatically go to full hit points, right?
No.
Yeah, this is Diablo, right?
I mean, your hit point maximum would go up, and you get your new powers, I guess. Actually, I don't know. I forget about leveling up in fourth ed. Do you need a long rest before you can actually level up in fourth ed? I don't remember.
Oh wow.
I don't think I ever actually cover that. So whatever.
Yeah. I will at least need a short rest. But the only thing that would be replenished if we took a long rest instead would be healing surges and dailies.
Yes. Which you guys did use during that fight, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we did use our dailies, yeah.
I did not use my daily.
Eric did.
I didn't, but okay.
Grishnek uses daily. I remember that.
Eric thinks we should have a long rest. Grishnek thinks you're all pussies and promptly starts coughing blood.
If you are really coughing blood, then Corbin is going to advocate for taking a long rest because he's an empathetic boy. So,
Krishna, we know that you are proper hard, but we can take a nap.
You could go back. You could go back to the inn and have like a beer or something, a couple of beers or something, and rest up for a bit.
Well, if you lot want to, I ain't gonna argue.
That might be the best idea, just to get a good night's rest, and then sure, somebody else might come in during the night, but they're probably going to die very quickly. So everybody else has.
Yeah,
those seem to be the what's it called, pattern? Yeah, that pattern.
Put the cobalt plant in a few waves. Just it'll be good. Okay.
All right. So you're going to go back to the inn for the... All right, then we'll move you over to the tavern thing, just because it's appropriate.
All right.
Woo! You are now in the tavern. Huzzah!
Yay!
Oh, I know what I should have gotten. Hang on, let's see if I can find something for this while you are resting. And I should get my notes up. That would be helpful.
Good idea. I should do that too.
I really got to get around to inking that drawing and using it as a token.
Where are my notes hiding? I think they're in this folder here. Where did I put? There they are. Ah, yes, there we go. I want to make sure I had NPC names. Now, the orcish bartender, Garrig Halffang, welcomes you back. He notices you all look a bit. You all look rather bludgeoned.
Stabinated.
Mm-hmm.
Technically speaking, yes, you guys were actually pretty bad. You were lacerated, I think, is the correct term.
Yeah.
And a few explosions.
Yeah, there were scorches, and there were also fragments of shiny rock that
Yes.
gouged us.
Yes. He sees you all coming in, and he wordlessly pours two ales and a milk, if I remember correctly from.
Yep, it's milk. Thank you.
I'm a good boy. No.
One thing you do notice, you do not see any sign of the kobolds.
Well, yeah. They were going out around the labyrinth. They've obviously not come back yet.
You do notice that there is the tavern does. There are other people at the tavern now, though. As you guys sort of sit down at a table, no sign of Pobar at the moment. But you do notice that at one of the other tables there is a group of two goblins, two goblins.
A werewolf and a Wendigo.
No, not that weird. Not that. Not quite that exotic. Basically, it's actually honestly, it's just a couple of goblins and
An awakened Tyrannosaur.
an awakened Tyrannosaur. Yeah, two goblins, a lizardman, and a half orc, as near as you can tell. They're all sort of hunched over the table, sort of, clearly looking at what looks like sort of a map of some sort, and talking sort of whispers with each other as they absentmindedly sort of eat a little bit of food and drink while they're staring at the map.
Can we overhear any of that?
If you want to give me a perception check, you can try.
I believe this is the correct way to roll a perception check. There we go.
A 15. Do you speak Goblin?
Do I speak Goblin? I have common and I have deep speech.
You do not recognize the language they are speaking.
Let me see if I have anything like that. I don't
I
think
think I have just common and orcish, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Does the half orc speak anything?
They seem to be conversing in Goblin. Admittedly, I mean, whatever the Goblin tongue, whatever you want to call the Goblin tongue. I will say, Eric, you definitely recognize this Goblin. They're speaking the Goblin tongue. The lizardman is, let's just say he's speaking heavily accented. But from what you can tell, the goblins understand him at least. So,
Well, he's got probably hard for him to speak it, but with the snout and all the
Yes.
teeth and the inflexible lips.
yes,
Right, giant, because in 4th Ed, Orcish was in its own language.
oh right, yeah. I don't think Goblin technically was either then.
Honestly, I like the idea of Goblin and Elvish sharing Sylvan as a root language, but it's kind of like Latin and French and Spanish.
It's an interesting idea. I will think more about languages later. I should actually put some. That's one of the things that they sort of leave open in most versions of D&D is like, if you want to tweak the languages, do that. I probably should, and I like that idea, Eric. Actually,
I didn't mean to click that. I was experimenting, so I can
fine.
ignore that.
well, I will ignore your attempt to scare the crap out of them for the moment. They're not really paying enough attention. Really,
Menacingly.
you can glare at them menacingly, but they're not really paying any attention at the moment. So, anywho, the bartender.
Honestly, I'm probably concentrating and looking nonchalant despite all the fucking knives in my ribs.
The bartender comes over, limping noticeably because you never really seen him moving around. He does seem to have, he has a peg leg, basically.
Okay. Is it iron and covered in spikes?
No.
What kind of orc is he?
A practical one. An iron spiky peg leg is not very useful in a bar.
I would disagree. That is your bar club right there.
No.
Gotta replace the floorboards again.
That would be why.
I want to imagine he actually he does keep making just really nice legs, and he just keeps breaking them over a patron's head or something. Time to build a new leg again.
Actually, Eric,
Yeah.
you're thinking that, and then you notice that there's what looks like a large spiky club sort of hanging on the wall behind the bar that looks suspiciously like it could have once been a peg leg.
Ah, I see. Okay.
It's like, yes, it is a good bar club. What if I use it as a bar club and actually have a peg leg that doesn't damage my floors?
Right. The Iron Spoon, you got to go out and go outside and go shopping and kick people and whatnot.
Man,
So-
you notice that hanging above there is that, and there's also a somewhat ornate looking, but yet still incredibly practical battle axe over the bar. Also,
Mm,
it screams dwarvish make, basically.
right.
Well, we can't see what they're saying.
But yeah, he
Do
comes
we
stumping
wanna-
over, plunks your beers in. You need anything to eat?
just the house special soup.
Right. He looks you all over.
2 whole chickens, a rack of ribs, and a side of beef, and some plain toast.
The chickens we can do right now. Oh, and you want some bread? Yeah, sure. We'll bring a couple loaves out and some cheese.
Cheese.
Stump. 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 Oi, Thedona! Soup! 3 chickens, some loaves of bread and some cheese for one of the tables. You hear sort of a shouted sort of agreement from the back.
Mm.
He stumps back around and goes back to cleaning the bar. But yeah, as you look around, there are other patrons here. There's very clearly other adventure-y types here now. They've been sort of slowly filing in, but still not huge numbers because, again, the freelancers have a slight lead time to explore before
Right.
the sponsored teams go in, because the sponsored teams generally have better stuff. They have actual
prepared.
patrons.
It's almost like they know how to prepare.
And it's totally not like they're all agreeing not to go in ahead of time, so none of the sponsor groups have an advantage. And also, the early stuff can be winnowed out by the sacrificial lambs. I mean, freelancers.
Yeah.
So
We can go out and clear the chaff and probably get cleared ourselves. Right.
They would never think that way.
Wait, I don't know why not. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
all right. So while we wait for his food, since we can't understand those things, do we want to try and grab that map from them? Like Virgil does have some thievery if somebody wants to play distraction. Or do you think that's too much of a risk right now?
You think we could just ask? You think we could just ask him for it?
Ask him for the.
Rishak looks honestly confused by the concept.
Yeah,
We could,
So
offer
does
him we could offer him a fair price to let us copy it.
Rose just kind of looks at him and he's like, I guess. Coming from the society of rat people, that's very odd kind of take for him. It's like, I guess we could do that. Is that how you do things here?
Well, it's where I do. It's how I do most things. Can't speak for Mr. Halfgren, but yeah.
Well, it's just sort of shit like that. You either got to get yourself, or command gives it to you, and command ain't giving up nothing, so you got to nick it yourself. Never thought to buy it.
Oh, there ain't no shame in taking something that when you desperately need it to survive. My dad always said, son, if you see someone stealing food from the market, know you did. But in terms of what we're up to, it seems like people here are all business folk, so I'm sure they'll be open to negotiation. We got some information that they might find useful. Maybe they'll be interested in a trade of sorts.
Guess
Yeah.
it depends on what's on the map, then, don't it?
I mean, that is sort of the question, yes.
That does sound like a better plan. At the very least, while we talk to them, we might be able to get a better look at the map just by being over there.
All right. I'm looking. None of us have good charisma, do we?
I mean, it's not my worst stat.
No, it's not my worst stat either.
It is my worst stat by far.
All right, let's do this, guys.
To be fair, my intelligence is my worst stat, so I think this is a great idea.
So that's the same for me. Yeah, we're.
Although I do think it would be probably better to set off an explosive and then grab the map while everyone's trying to put out the fire.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Corbin's a good boy, but he's not the most naive boy. I've got a wisdom of 16, so I'm going to say now, if y'all are thinking about this in terms of practicality, I'm fully aware that they might not be inclined to give this over. I think everyone here might be looking out for themselves first and foremost. So if y'all want to come up with a backup plan while I take the direct approach, then perhaps that might work. Also, I suggest that we maybe not do anything until we've had a rest here in case something goes wrong, and then we're not able to take the nap before we have to run off.
Oh, fine.
Virgil's, yeah, that's good. We can just ask him in the morning if he's still here. If not, well, we have a pretty good idea where they're going to be.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I was looking at. I was remembering what your hit point levels were at.
Right. So I'm going to say, now, if y'all excuse me, I got to use a little boy's room. And I'm going to get up, and I am going to, in my typical fashion, I'm going to just kind of directly go to the bartender and say, where's y'all house?
Oh, yeah, just outside, next building over.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to walk, and I'm going to make sure that I kind of take a path near the table with the map.
Okay.
And see if I can't surreptitiously steal a glance at it while I'm walking.
That is totally fair. Are you more concerned about not being seen or actually getting a good look?
My performance isn't great, so if I'm caught, then it's probably a bad idea. So I'm going to mostly concentrate on just like making it not look like I'm deliberately going towards their table.
All right, then I want you to give me a stealth check and a perception check.
All right.
That is basically setting the DCs for the rolls.
Okay. So do I have to do something to...
Should be a button on your character sheet
your sheet, and then there's like the thing on you'll see the skill. The thing on the left of the skill is the thing you press. Okay. It'll say what number it is, and then you roll that.
Oof.
That good, huh?
I can't find it. Hang on. Attributes and abilities. Here we go. Okay. Where's my skills?
Should be it's on the character sheet. You just scroll down a bit. You have skills, and
I don't.
So click on the stats tab.
I don't have a stats tab.
Okay, so
the button that says stats.
Yes.
Yeah, your character sheet. You hit the button that says stats, and then you can go down to skills. Then you click the thing.
There they are. Jesus. All right.
Sorry, I was sorry. I didn't remember where it was on Roll20 either. So.
All right, stealth. This is a good roll. So
You're actually good at that.
Yeah. And then perception?
Yep.
All right.
Which you're also not bad at if I remember correctly.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, so it's 17 on stealth and a 28 on the perception. All right. Well,
Jeez,
yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. You actually get a good look at the map and they have no idea you're doing it.
Nice.
I was going to go with their passive perception, and you with a benefit, but the bonus was you were taking extra care to not be noticed, and made your perception check harder. But you rolled a 28, so whatever. You rolled a 19 on the die. That's nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you walk by. You get a good long look at the map. It is a pretty high quality map of the general area you're in, from what you can tell. And it looks like it's a copy of an older map. Like someone's done a nice job of copying an older map, because it's sort of the style looks like it's some sort of oldish and such. And you also do not recognize there's definitely text that's written down on the map. That's also there's a bunch of stuff on there. About half the labels on the map, the main labels of the map are all in a language you don't recognize the text. It's text, but a number of them have text written underneath in common. It looks like basically it's a really old map made that someone's managed to put that someone's updated with labels for things in the local language in the current common tongue. So it's sort of it's a map with notations basically, and you can sort of see also there's a few little things that are added on the map, like so one of the nearer town sort of one of the nearer big towns is on the map. I forget which one actually off the top of my head. Not that important.
So it's not so much a map of the labyrinth.
No, it's a map of the area you're in.
Huh. Okay.
You do notice that there is roughly where the labyrinth should be on the map, from what you're sort of seeing, remembering the nearby terrain. There is what looks like a large fort that's sort of like drawn. That's labeled in the map. It's labeled. There's no like translated label underneath or anything like that, but there's a label in that weird tongue.
Huh. Okay.
But it's very clear that what you could also notice that from what you don't understand what they're saying, but you can sort of tell they're sort of plotting out sort of ways to sort of scout out the area around the labyrinth and such. Less so looks like maybe they might be talking about like avenues of approach to get to the labyrinth safely or what have you, etc. I mean, since you guys have already done that, you don't need to.
Yeah.
But
It's not too much use for us, unfortunately.
no, it's a very nice map though.
Alternatively, maybe they're looking for a good ambush place to get people that are leaving the labyrinth.
That would never happen. No. That would never happen. No one would ever do that. Why would they do that? That'd be wrong. Or they might be planning out like building like a shop or something along outside the labyrinth to sell to people who need stuff while exploring the labyrinth.
Just a mini mall outside the labyrinth.
I will say, from what you understand about how things go with labyrinths, that's not entirely that is actually quite possible.
The half-orc just wants to open a deli.
Basically, that's possible. Yes, absolutely.
That's ridiculous. He wants to open Build-A-Bear.
Less likely, but possible.
Bears.
Oh, actually no. If you're building actual actually, if you're building bear constructs, sure, I can see someone doing that.
First, the half-orc is an alchemist and transmuter. He's just sticking different animals onto bears to see what kind of weird hybrids come out.
He saw an owlbear once and said, "Hey, I can top that."
This isn't the guy who wants the 13 bear asses.
He's trying to create his own multi-bear.
Right. So I proceed on to the outhouse.
Yep.
And I actually do have to go. So I do that. And then when I get back to the table, I just say, "This is what it looks like," and that just kind of tell them about it. So I told my party about it.
You're disappointed.
Food is brought out by the way. Food has been brought to the table by the time you get back, Nick.
Excellent.
Oh, sweet.
Then I guess we should eat and just get rest up then.
So everyone gets some soup. Two large roast chickens have been deposited in front of Grishnak, and there's one for the other two. There's one for the other two.
Apples.
And there's plenty of bread and cheese.
Virgil eats. He puts some cash down to pay for the meal and the room for the night.
Excellent. All right. I think that's. Was if there's anything else you guys want to do during the evening, let me know.
I think that's it. Unless an alchemist is. Oh, I don't have any money right now. I don't have enough money to buy a whole bucket full of healing potions.
No.
No, we probably have 10 gold pieces between us right now.
Yeah, we're not very wealthy yet.
We haven't made it rich yet. we are still in the sucker phase of the gold rush. We need to actually strike it rich before we can do anything.
While we're eating, I'm just going to raise the point. So, what are y'all hoping to do if we find whatever's down there?
Virgil, go ahead.
I figure I make enough money that I can. Ain't got that far yet. Just tried me hand at farming. Weren't no good at that. Don't feel like taking orders from a bunch of rich fucks no more. So, yeah, just gonna make money and kill shit right now. Figure out the rest later.
Virgil's very much like I just my family needs some money, and I'm the only one who can really go out and do this kind of thing. This is sort of the family trade. So I'm hoping to get some cash, and then maybe I can go back to medical school and get my actual degree. Or however that works in the D&D universe.
I mean, there are academies and
Sure.
stuff. So
Student debt, that's the reason why.
This is basically the equivalent of working on an oil rig for a few months.
I mean, yeah, fair.
Truth be told, I'm not sure if I'm going to find what I'm looking for down here. But, if I don't, this will be a good way to get started. Maybe set myself up to have an easier time the next time I go looking for it.
Not a bad idea.
Hmm.
Yes. So at this point, Virgil has probably finished his dinner.
All right, before you guys head up to rest for the evening, you hear a surprise sort of and scurrying as your gnomish friend Pobar Glitterroot comes scurrying over to the table. Ah, you have returned. Excellent, excellent. How's the exploration been going? And did you get to try any of my concoctions?
Kind of look at myself and look at Grishnak and our very.
He seems utterly unaware of how injured you are at the moment.
Ain't had a chance yet, so we just came back for a bit of a nap, and then we're going to head on out.
Yes.
Actually, didn't Grishnak use the weapon wheel or whatever
Nope.
it was? Weapon stone?
Nope. Did you? No, did you use the whetstone?
I don't think I did.
I think you were talking about it, decided not to.
Yeah, I was saving it for later.
Yes. Well, that is quite. It seems you had a spot of trouble, but nothing that should stop redoubtable adventurers such as yourselves from making further entrance to the labyrinth. I would imagine.
Nah, we'll be fine.
Excellent, excellent. Well then, hope things go well, and I do hope you get a chance to try out my concoctions. I'm going to go. Right, they don't have wine here. I'll go have an ale. Take care. And he goes shuffling off he goes skittering, shuffling off to the bar. My good sir, an ale.
Wonder what he's doing when we're not here.
Probably making more weird shit.
That does seem to be his chosen business. I suppose this is probably the best place for that kind of thing.
It does occur to you that he did at least this time smell very faintly of some sort of chemicals.
Yeah, making weird shit. Probably blowing shit up.
He's an artificer and an alchemist. He is totally safe and sane.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. Like, everything will explode, and that'll be good.
Boom.
Best case scenario, he's just an eccentric inventor. Worst case scenario, he's the Heisenberg of this dungeon.
Amusingly, there are a couple of ways in which being the Heisenberg dungeon could be a problem.
Right.
Because if the uncertainty principle comes up, that's not a good thing. Anywho, other than that, I guess you guys can finish your food, take your rest, and set out again whenever you want to.
All right.
All right. So we want to set out in the morning, day, night.
Yes, you are all fully rested, and you are now all level 2. Hooray!
Yay, level 2.
Hooray.
I know you all made your level up picks already, so
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe you all got a utility power and a feat, if I recall second edition, fourth ed correctly for second level.
I think so, yes.
That is
I choose for my
correct.
feet.
And technically speaking, you get +1 to all your rolls, basically, due to the fact you've got up to level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Since you add plus half your level round down to all rolls. All right. That case, what time of day are you setting out? I need to know for various reasons.
I'm fine with heading out in the middle of the night if we're crashing early in the day. But that's up to you guys.
That is a good point. Like, when did we arrive?
It takes you a little time to get back, but not that long. So you guys probably get back. I'd say you get back sort of early afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we could rest up and then go out in like the early hours when it's still dark. It's not a terrible idea. All right. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you head out. It is dark. I will say that I assume that you bring a torch for Corbin because Corbin cannot see in the low light that is out.
Yes, please.
A torch, a lantern, or something.
Headlamp.
You arrive back at the labyrinth surface. I should actually boop. Boop. There we go. All right. Boop. You head on in. You do not have to encounter much of anything on the way in unless you choose to go. Unless you want to go looking for trouble. You can head on into the staircase down to the lower level.
Let's steer clear of that very cursed well.
Oh, the well's not cursed at all.
I remember what happened in that last session. I believe it is cursed.
It's tingly. It's fine.
All right, you head on into the big room where the boss golem was.
Yep.
All right, things that you do notice when you head in. It looks like somebody has been through here. There are less shards of crystal on the floor than you think there were last time you were in here.
Probably not a good sign.
Maybe someone picked. At a guess, someone came in and actually collected
some
some.
shards, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke around, see if I can see any evidence of someone else having been kicking around in here.
Sure, if you want to give me, yep, 11. Actually, all right. You do think you have seen some signs of. All Let me think. What would you notice with that? You think you notice traces of someone wearing sort of. The one thing you do notice, it looks like there are a couple of crystals that look like someone wearing someone big and heavy stepped on them and actually sort of broke them underfoot. So someone large wearing good boots is your gut feel.
That was not me. Gotcha.
Right. No, you think you'd remember having stepped on a crystal and crushing it before you left. But theoretically, it could have been you, sure. But it had to be someone actually sizable to do that, and they'd have to have pretty good boots to do it. So you do see the stairs, but like other than that, you don't really notice much of anything obvious. If there was other people in here, they did not leave obvious traces that you were able to spot. I'll put it that way. Maybe they have a better stealth, and maybe their stealth check was better than an 11.
Yeah, someone big came through here.
I would think if a lot of people went through here, it would be more noticeable.
At a gut feeling, it does not look like a lot of people have been through here. That is accurate, yes.
Yeah. Nothing to it. If they're down, if they want to cause trouble downstairs, that's going to happen.
And also, it does not look like anyone has managed to remove the crystal that's been set into the that is floating just above the altar still.
Gotcha.
Oh, geez, that would be terrible if somebody actually managed to do that while we were down in the dungeon and we just got locked in. All right. I believe it is time for us to descend into the dungeon.
All right, you head down the stairs into the labyrinth itself. I mean, it's a dungeon's. A dungeon's not an inappropriate term for it, really, but. Whoop.
Well, I don't think anyone's being actually like
interred in it. Sure,
prisoner there. No. Yeah.
All right, you head down the fairly lengthy spiral staircase. It winds down. And when you get down to the bottom floor, you do see a passageway ahead of you. And you do notice that there are what look like sort of like hanging. They look like very small chandeliers, almost, or like type things. That they and when you get down and sort of step foot in the room, they do light up very faintly, enough to provide decent light. It's not like it's bright light, but it's not low light either.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. As you come down the stairs, there is a bend off to. All right. Just to keep things sane for my map, to keep track of things on the map, okay? I'm going to be using cardinal directions for so I can keep track of where you're going, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense. So up my map, which I'm not going to be showing you guys for obvious reasons, is north, and then right is east, left is west, down the map is south. So off to the east there is a doorway. Off to the north is a very short passageway that ends in sort of a dead end. There looks actually in the dead. Actually, it's not really a dead end per se. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes now and I'm realizing. Okay, off to the north, it looks like you see what looks like a surprisingly intact desk.
A desk.
A desk.
Like a writing desk.
Like more like it's sort of somewhere between a table and a desk. It looks sort of like where you'd sort of sit somebody like one of those officials you see at a gate and sort of like on a throughway or something like that. Like sort of a guard's desk or something like that. Someone who could check people in and such. There's nobody at the desk, but That desk gives out that feel of, yeah, some poor bloke sits behind this desk and make sure that like people who come through here are supposed to be coming through here. You very clearly think you could imagine someone say, "Let me see your papers." But there's nobody at the desk.
So either someone came by and set this desk up very quickly after we were here, or there was another entrance to get down here.
Well, we did see that big hole on the surface. So I guess somebody could have just climbed down through that.
It's possible.
The desk might also just be like part of the labyrinth. We're going to check out the desk.
Okay. You investigate the desk.
Okay, first question.
Yep.
If there's always one there, where is the liquor hidden?
Okay. You investigate the desk. I would like you to give me another perception check, Eric.
There's no liquor here. This is clearly isn't a desk. It's a
all right,
surgery table.
you rolled an 8. All right. The desk does seem to be made out of it. When you first look at it, it looks like it's made of wood. But as you sort of touch the desk, it feels kind of more like it's rock, which seems weird. Stone. But you do find it. You do on the other side of the desk. You do notice there are some drawers, and in one of the drawers there is a flask.
Got what I needed.
I wouldn't drink that if I were you.
He says around the bottle of the flask as he chugs it.
Oh God.
Okay.
Well, you said it.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric.
Yes.
I want you to imagine someone has. It is. I would say that it is. While it is definitely more viscous than liquor probably should be.
Okay.
It has that. It has that.
Jägermeister, not whiskey. Gotcha.
It has that.
Drinking as much of it as if it were fresher.
Yeah. It's like a lot of it has evaporated.
Gotcha.
It has that sort of taste of cheap whiskey that has been left out in the sun for way too long.
Yeah.
It is not what we like to call good. However, it is now alcoholic enough due to water evaporating from it that you are certain that nothing dangerous could live in it.
Yep. I'll
but Eric, it burns as it goes down your throat.
Good. That is proper.
More so than in an unpleasant way, I should say.
I'll stop it up and stick it in my pocket.
Smooth. The other thing, while Grishnak is doing that, if anyone else wants to look at the desk, I can give some more information.
Sure. What should I roll?
Maybe there's something useful in it. Yeah.
You can give me a perception check if you'd like. Grishnak had a thing he was looking for and rolled. Okay, 23. Excellent. What you find actually, as you sort of look over the desk, is you do find what looks like a ledger.
Ooh.
Which is, I will say, aged and not in great shape, but is way more intact than it should be given how old the Labyrinth is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The pages are dried out and fragile, but if you're careful, you can turn them.
All right.
Treat this with extreme care, and you can look through it. But it will not stand up to heavy use, I'll put it that way. Also, you imagine it's pretty flammable.
Oh yes, I imagine the only reason this stuff has survived as long as it has just no moisture down here right now.
That is actually something that occurs to you. The air is quite dry down here.
Mm.
Eric, you are kind of noticing that more than you were before.
Yeah.
You just drank something that actually actively dehydrates you.
I also have some of the cursed water.
All right. Well, you can knock that back, and it quenches your thirst pretty well. I was about to say parches your thirst, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. It's the quenchiest.
It's the
Friendly mushroom.
On the plus side, it is not cactus juice,
No.
so it actually quenches your thirst and doesn't drive you insane. But yes, you do find a ledger, and if you sort of look through it very carefully, Ash, what's your character's name again? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Virgil.
Virgil, thank you. As Virgil sort of looks through it very carefully, you do not recognize the lettering. It is very neat and it's very clearly well written, but it is not in a text you recognize.
Yeah, which is, very odd, because you would think, like, even like a casual person might be like at least like familiar with the idea of like, oh, this is elven writing, or this is goblin writing. I might not be able to read it, but I know what it is.
Right.
So not recognizing it at all is, very
actually,
odd.
you know what, Ash? I'm remembering roughly where you're from. You can give me a history roll if you'd like.
All right.
22, that's more than good enough. All right. While you do not know the language in any way, shape, or form, you do recognize, since you grew up in a settled one of the other labyrinths that was settled. You do recognize having seen this text written around the place in the labyrinth in various places, like on like old signs carved into the walls and such. You don't know what it means, but you do. It does look like text you've seen before in the labyrinth you grew up in. I just wait. Virgil's actually from a labyrinth inside a labyrinth.
It's like, well, this is a good sign. This is the same kind of things that were written around the place where I grew up. So chances are there is something valuable down here, at least.
But you are surprised that this is written in that language. This is old, and yeah, it really shouldn't be this intact.
Yeah, like so I'm kind of piecing this together. Okay, so we have a desk that is basically petrified. We got a really old book that shouldn't be here. Everything's very dry.
Yep.
And which is very weird because we know there's a hole down here, so we should have gotten in. So this is just a little odd. There's clearly something bad about to happen.
Oh no, it's fine. Everything's fine. There's a door off to the east if you want to go investigate that.
Yeah, I'll pick the east door.
Okay. All right, the door honestly opens pretty easily. It's not locked. It swings open. It doesn't even really make a particularly loud creaking noise or anything like that. It just swings open smoothly. And you see a large round room. And in the room, as you enter, you do notice a couple of things. And I'm going to... what you notice in the room... well, this is before this is what you see. When you open the door, the lights in the room sort of come... Basically, much like the lantern things that are hanging from the ceiling in here, they're looking at wall sconces that sort of glow up into light about the same way that the lanterns above you didn't here. So
okay.
There's something that's creating this light that's not like it's not fire. It's some other source of light. It could be some sort of old light spell possibly. Who knows? But in the room, you do notice what you notice what you see first are four forms, two of which look vaguely canine and are metallic. All the forms actually has a glint of light coming off metal. Two are metallic canine forms. And standing near them are a pair of what look like human skeletons. Except that the skeleton, and you can see there's definitely bone there, but it's been interlaced and woven around with strips of metal. Of some sort of metal, and it looks almost like they've almost been sort of like enameled almost, but not fully. It's odd. But that's what you see when you look through the door into the room.
Boy, Virgil, what does this look like to you? It looks like something you might know something about.
Let's have Virgil take a peek in there.
Are you entering the room, or are you staying outside?
He's kind of peeking his head in right now.
Okay, that's fine.
So does he, like, I don't know, those look like they might be magical. Is he going to be able to notice, like, recognize that from a distance, or is he going to have to get closer if he wants to do, like, an arcana on those?
Well, you can try to do it from a distance if you'd like. It'll be harder.
All right, we'll try to do it from a distance. See how it
Sure.
works. That's
15.
not terrible.
I mean, they could be some sort of they could be some bit of arcane construct, possibly, maybe, but it's hard to tell from a distance, and they're not moving or anything like that. So, similar with the skeletons, that could be some sort of like arcano-mechanical reinforcement of the skeleton or something like that to hold it together. But it's hard to tell.
And when there's like, those are like the things. He's not seen any dead bodies in there or anything, or like signs of fighting, has he?
Not from here, no.
All right.
What you do see is on the northern wall, there is a door that is open.
Yeah, the door is open, and I don't see any obvious signs of fighting. I think it's safe.
I will step into the room.
All right, you step into the room. All right,
roll initiative.
As a matter of fact, as you step into the room, Eric, the lights in the eyes of the canine forms, lights flare up in their eyes. Same with us in these the pits of the eye sockets on the skeletal forms, and they start to move.
Oh dear!
Right, I forgot me ticket.
That's actually kind of not inaccurate, Eric. All right, let me quickly draw a I'll drag you over. I'm just getting a map set up here quickly. All right. No. I'm just making this. This is just a rough sketch. All right. And then we're going to drag you over to here. Boop. All right. And I did that wrong. Hang on. Put yourselves over by the eastern entrance there, sort of roughly. I just dragged your tokens onto the map.
Oh.
Did I drag the... Yes, I did. Okay, good. You guys should be on the map. You can see it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I interact with
cannot
these tokens?
click on my token.
Why can you not click on your tokens? That's a weird thing. Hang on.
I can. Yeah, I can move mine.
Wonder.
Did I grab the wrong token? I might have grabbed the wrong token.
Okay. I dragged mine onto the map.
Yeah, maybe you'll just drag your own copy on. I don't know.
Yeah. If I drag my own copy on, I can interact with it.
No, stop. I want to.
So you should guys be nearer to the entrance, ideally. Eric out in front, most likely.
8 of 28.
There we go.
There you are. You can, yep, there you go. Yeah, that's about right where that's about that or the square forward is roughly where it should. That's weird that the stat things aren't showing up for Grishnag.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll figure it out later.
All right. All right.
Is it Grishnak or Grishnak? Hang on.
Knack.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
And yeah, so Nick, you should be a little bit further back, like there-ish probably.
I can see Nick's.
All right, now I can put the things on the map on the table here. Hang on, where are they? There we go. Whoop. Whoop.
Dogs.
Whoop. Whoop. No, maybe there we go. All right. Whoop, there we go. Actually, I got a better idea here. Hang on. Oop.
Iron Hound.
Yes. That's what they look like to you. That's all I'm going to describe them as. All right. In that case, hang on. I need to get the initiative tracker up before I forget. I need to clear the initiative tracker before I'm stupid. Right. Hang on. So that we can add things to it without. All right. Add yourselves to the initiative tracker. Actually,
Let's see where there it is.
you should roll your initiative should add you. Yeah, clicking your token, then roll initiative should add you automatically. All right. I don't have macro set up for these.
There we go. Oh, I'm fast.
All right. Their initiative is wow. That's actually pretty good. All right.
I will take it.
That's a good roll. Oh wow, you guys rolled really well. That's and the baddies actually have decent initiative bonuses, but did not roll quite as well as some of you did. All right, and then we sort. Corbin, you are first. Then Grishnak, the Iron Hound, the Skeleton Archers, and then Virgil. Yes. As an aside, there's definitely something different about the Skeleton Archers from other undead you've seen. But Corbin, you were up first.
Like robots.
They look like they're actual skeletons in there,
Okay.
but it looks like they're covered by some sort of metallic stuff. But yes, Corbin, what would you like to do?
All right. I am going to. All right. I'm gonna, I guess, move and wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to, I guess, ready an attack.
Sure. For anybody who moves into attack someone who moves into melee range.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll be prepared to use. I don't think it'll matter which one I use, but I will be prepared to use my 5 storms ability.
Okay.
If any of these guys come into melee range of me.
Fair enough. Grishnak.
Can I wait till the dogs go first?
Absolutely. If you want to delay until after the dogs, you may do so.
Yeah, I want to delay till after the dogs.
All right. In that case, this one will move up to you, Nick. You may make your triggered action.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to use that. Come on. Come on. Some of these take a little while to actually kick in.
Yeah.
There we go. So it's only one target.
All right. That's a 19 versus reflex. That'll hit.
Okay. So that's 10 damage. And that'll trigger my flurry of blows, which will deal 5 more damage. And allow me to slide the target 1 square
Okay.
to a square adjacent to me.
Sure. Where would you like it?
So I will move him to the square directly beneath me.
Okay. All right. What is their move? I'll double check this. They're not that fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, whoop. You're in range, so.
Yep. Fair enough.
Oh, sorry. The other one gets to go. Hang on.
It gets to attack me. Yes.
Yes. All right. It will attempt to bite you.
Okay.
This is against armor class. What is it again? Bonus plus. Wow. Okay. There we go. Oh wait, hang on. I've got a button for this. This is versus AC. 14 will miss you.
So they have a roughly 50% chance of hitting me. Okay, fair enough.
I did set up macros, some generic macros for myself. 18.
As an exact hit.
All right then. That didn't. I forgot the modifier for that. That is plus 3 more, so 8 total.
Ugh. All right. Sure is great to take that much damage in a go.
So 8 damage. Chomp. Chomp, chomp, patooey chomp. All right, the dogs are done.
All right. Stomp, stomp, stomp. I'm going to shield bash this one.
Okay.
Can you approach it from below?
I could. Why?
Fine. You
Because
get plus 2 to hit.
Oh yeah. Oh, that definitely hits for 11.
Yeah, that absolutely does. It is bloodied. Yeah.
It is
So you shield bash it, you slam it, you push it to square and knock it prone.
Yep. Push it up next to Corbin there, to his left.
To my right?
Yes. And I can step into here. I got both the puppies.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, so that one, the one you just hit, is marked.
Yep. Action surge.
Okay.
I want to mark the other one. I'm just gonna brash strike that one.
Brash strike. Okay, he is marked, and
Yeah, not so good. That's okay.
that misses. But they're both marked.
Which is what I was trying to do.
Yep, I figured. No, wrong button. Oop. I'm remembering how this. Yeah, there we go. That green dot is your mark. That thing makes it. It's green. All right, archer turns. Well, they're quite happy where they are, honestly.
Yeah, understandable.
They're gonna shoot. I guess one will shoot Corbin, and one will shoot Grishnak. I think that makes a certain amount of sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is against Corbin.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Oof. All right. I don't think my macro is actually taking the set. It's not working quite the way I wanted to. But so this is plus 4. Didn't actually do it for some reason. Oh, never mind. Screw it.
Roll a 1, please.
Oh God!
Jesus Christ! Fuck.
Thunk.
Ow!
I am very bloody.
Yeah. The other archer will shoot.
Oh, dude, I'm trying.
The other archer will shoot Grishnak. That's a 12, so it misses you.
Yep.
Oh, good for Grishnak.
Well, they're done.
I am one round deep into this combat, and I'm almost at a quarter hit points, so that's fun.
I'm sorry.
Let me look at this. How much is it? That's a minor. Okay. All right.
You have to be within 5 hexes of. You have to be in 5 squares of him, but yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Krthunk. Twang, twang. Ow.
Yeah, I'm trying. If I'm here,
Yep.
would Grishnaka be affected by my magic weapon?
Yes, he would be.
Yep.
All right. All right. So I'm going to do. The plan is to move there, and I'm going to fire a magic weapon at that one,
Okay.
and then I will use 14 versus AC.
That will miss.
All right, that's unfortunate. And then gonna hit Corbin with a curative admixture.
So surge plus 5. Healing surge plus 5. It looks like.
Right.
It says 3.
But also there's a plus 2 after it.
Yeah,
That's
plus
at level 6.
it's level 6. Yeah.
Oh, it's level 6. Sorry. So yeah, 3. Sorry.
Yeah. So that plus your healing surge plus 3.
All right. So that gets me up to 18.
Yep.
Okay.
That's one of my free ones. So.
All right.
And that should not be on the list.
In fact, I should probably make. There we go.
Ah!
I'll use the red meter.
What happened?
To show me how many.
Damn it.
I'm okay with that skeleton being gone.
Yeah.
Did a lot of damage to me.
Yes, it did. And I would say sorry, but that would be a lie. That Iron Hound should not be on the list. I can't get it off, so I'm not going to worry about it.
All right. We'll skip it.
I got drafted to the Skeleton War. I'm out. Just throw down my bow.
Corbin, you're up.
All right. I'm going to use my 5-Storm's ability again. So this will attack both Iron Hounds.
Yep.
I also have a +2 against the first Iron Hound because I used my flurry of blows to slide it, and my new feat, Deadly Draw, gives me combat advantage against any enemy that I slide to a square adjacent to myself until the end of my next turn.
Nice. Okay.
Cool.
So I will use my attacky tech.
Tacky tack. Yes.
On both of them. So this will be +2 against the
First one.
Then.
Sure.
Plus, it's prone.
Yeah, so it would have kicked it anyway. Yes. But I just need to bring that up. Okay. So 2 targets. Yes. Submit. All right. So it is 14 against reflex and 22 against reflex.
But you get +2 to the first one because of the combat advantage, which means you hit both.
Nice. So they both take 10 damage. Ooh, these are some tough cookies. All right.
Yep.
It's
almost like they're made out of iron.
Yeah. Okay. I will use my flurry of blows against the one on the. I'll use it against the one on the right.
Okay.
And I'm going to slide it up 1 square to the one adjacent to me.
Boop. Done.
They're both marked, so.
Yes, they are. Grishnak goes before him too.
Yeah.
And also that one takes 5 damage.
Oh yeah.
Too.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Ow.
Just to be clear, when I have the move technique of my ability, is that something that I have to use? Is 4th edition you have to move before attacking?
You can move before or after, but you can't interrupt your attacks. You can't interrupt your move.
All right. In that case, I would like to also use the shift.
You may do so.
Ability. And I'm going to just shift over here.
Okay. Very good. Grishnak, you are up.
All right, let's try to put this pup down.
Sure.
We'll hit him with the brass strike because I get bonus to hit with that. Bang!
Oh, that'll hit, and that will drop him.
Tunk.
Excellent. I'll step up here to make it tougher for him to get to my droogs.
All right, and I again did the. Boop. Boop. All right. Technically speaking, the mark falls off, but it is likely to go after you anyways.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, the hound will go after you. It's the Iron Hound's turn.
Yep.
Rawr! It's angry. Yep, there we go. And hit roll. These guys have a pretty good bonus, if I remember correctly. They are accurate. Yep. 23 will hit you.
23 will actually hit me.
All right.
No, wait. I said it doesn't.
That's nice, Eric. Chomp. It bites you for 10.
Ow.
They're rolling very well in their damage rolls today.
Yeah, they are.
Arr. All right, time for the Skeleton Wars to continue.
They are not on the initiative tracker anymore.
That's right, they're not. I'll have to re-add them. They were, I think they were on 16, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they were lower than the Iron Hounds and Iron.
Yes, because I got hit and then Virgil killed me. So
it's an easy enough fix. That's what happens. I accidentally deleted the. There we go. All right, Skeleton Archer. A shot at Grishnak and a shot at Virgil this time. Let's spread the pain. Grishnak.
Yes.
Oh god, it crits you.
Of course it does. Okay.
That just means max damage, so that is a lot.
a lot.
Yeah, that's 14 damage.
14? Yeah.
Ouch.
Thunk. And then on Virgil.
I think I might be slightly bloodied.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
This one misses Virgil.
Krishnak, I cannot see your HP. What are you at?
I'm at 13.
Hang on, I can fix that. Why is it? Should be showing it.
It was showing it until I moved the guy.
Yeah, it's
being wonky. I don't know. Like if I click on your token, I can see your hit point total, but it had the bar above you before then. I don't know why it's turned it off.
There's all stuff we could worry about later.
Yeah, I mean it's stuff I can play around with in.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
all
why.
right.
Hang on. What's your max hit point, Eric?
37.
Boop.
all right.
So yeah, basically you need to have a number of values in both the first section and the second section. Just 13 out of 37. Otherwise you can't do the bar. It doesn't know what your what percentage of the bar you've got left.
Gotcha.
And that other one misses you badly. So Virgil. So
yeah.
All
So
right.
I basically catch an arrow through the neck. It's fine though. You know, it's a little awkward swinging the axe.
Actually, let me look at this real quick. Utility dance a minor. Okay. How long do temporary hit points last?
Till the end of the encounter.
till the end of the encounter. Yeah.
Run out.
To the end of the encounter. Okay. Then we probably won't need 20 for this. All right. All right. Then I think it's going to be the same plan as before. Virgil's going to magic attack that one.
Short.
Ugh.
That's a 1.
Even
yeah.
with +9, like having a +9 modifier doesn't matter to people in 5s.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna blast Grishnak with another dose. Not gonna well, actually his first dose of curative admixture.
So healing surge value +3. Remember, you do not spend your surges for this yet.
Yep, these are my freebies that I am.
That you start your day
+3, you
with.
said? Nice.
Yep.
Surge
Yeah.
+3. Yep.
My red meter are my freebies.
And you can and they can be recharged by anybody spending surges during a short rest.
Okay.
All right, is that it for Virgil?
That is all Virgil can do.
All right,
I guess he can move, but it's not going to help.
Corbin.
All right, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And I'm going to use Steel Wind. This is a close blast 2.
Ah, very nice.
So I will attack the skeleton archer with it.
All right.
I won't be able to use my flurry of blows, but
C'est la vie.
still. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. 22 versus reflex will in fact hit.
Yeah, so skeleton takes 12 damage. Oh, actually, when I use my Steel Wind, I can use my speed +2. So I'll actually move adjacent to him.
Okay, great. Then you can flurry blows him afterwards.
Yeah, so flurry blows him, and I'll shift him up 1 square.
All right. Boop.
So I have advantage against him too.
He is now bloodied. Corbin just comes flying in.
Bicycle kick his ass.
You hear bits of bone and metal. You hear bits of metal creaking and metal creaking and bone breaking. Grishnak. Is that it for you, Corbin?
Yes.
All right, Grishnak.
Keep brass striking this prick.
All right.
At the
Except
1.
when I do that.
That's unfortunate.
It's marked by you at least.
That's true. All right. Turn to dog. Chomp chomp chew chomp. That's a 21.
Just enough.
These dogs.
They're accurate. That's their big
+8.
thing.
Yeah. They're tough and they're accurate. And Peter's also rolling high damage.
I'm rolling well above average. See, that's more reasonable. 6 damage.
That is.
I've been rolling above average on the damage from almost everything so far. At least it didn't crit this time. I'll shut up now.
It's not that bad, guys. I didn't crit this time.
All right. Skeleton Archer. Why is the listing is... All right. Archer turn. So the one with the bow will shoot at the one that's unoccupied will shoot at Virgil.
No ticket.
Yeah, basically yes. A 16.
I believe that will miss. Let me look. Yep, I have a 17.
Oh, then it misses you. Well done.
Yeah.
All right. The skeleton archer next to Corbin will drop his bow and draw his sword.
Oh, thank God.
Well, you're melee with it. It's not going to try to shoot you. And it rolls to hit. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Okay, it swings its sword at you. You dodge nimbly out of the way. It does not.
I do that ninja thing where I catch the blade between my hands.
Okay. The skeleton can't look annoyed, but you know. Virgil, you're up.
All right. I think the best course of action is to get behind Krishnak. Let's do a magic weapon on this hound.
All right.
That's better.
That hits.
There you go.
All right, so you get +1 to hit, and you get +3 damage.
Excellent.
Attack.
It is
So then
definitively
minus
bloodied now.
All right, and then That's all I can do because I'm out of infusions. So unless I want to give you temporary HP, which is not a good idea right now. So go ahead.
Corbin,
All right. I will.
how would you like to brutalize the skeleton today?
I'm gonna use the Steel Wind attack again,
Okay,
and we'll see how this works out.
sure.
And I get +2 to hit this time because I
You slid him.
shifted him. Yeah,
Yep. All right.
I slid him. Yes.
That might hit a little bit. I assume you're gonna flurry of blows him afterwards.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, he
gonna
goes
do
down
that,
then.
so that's 17 damage.
He goes down then.
All right. I can also move my speed +2. So I'm going to, I'm going to go up here now.
Zoom. Hi.
Stop shooting us. It really hurts.
All right. Kerzoom. As the monk flies around the room.
See, you don't need
as
ranged
monks do.
attacks when you can just move this quickly.
All right. What would Grishnak like to do?
Not quite bloodied. So brass strike again.
All right. Also, it's a. Oh god, that hits.
There you go.
And you get +3 damage also.
It's 12 damage.
Clonk.
Oh my
It's-
god, it's still up.
Barely, but yes.
I kick it in the nose.
It looks annoyed
You-
since you don't have another attack action. Bonk. Rawr, rawr. Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
All right, Ironhound. All right. Tries to bite you again.
Right on the freaking right on there. Okay.
Damn. All right.
They're very accurate with their bites.
They are. Take 8 this time. Chomp. All right. Skeleton Archer will drop its bow and draw its sword. It swings its sword at Virgil. Corbin, I mean. I think it misses. I think you managed to do it again.
I'm okay with it trying to swing its sword at Virgil. I don't think you'll hit him.
That swings at Corbin and unfortunately does not connect properly, shall we say.
Wow, it's like you were trying to swing your sword at Virgil for some reason.
It confused its targeting sensors. Keep going.
All right. Virgil, you're up.
All right. Let's do another match. Let's do another magic weapon because it helps out.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep, that drops
Take out
it.
that hound. All right, and then you've got your bonus to your next attack.
Excellent.
Well, next round of attacks.
All right. That is a defeated dog. It sort of collapses to the ground. So you hear sort of almost like a weird sort of humming you notice that there's a vague humming noise that you weren't really aware of until it ceases functioning. And sort of collapses to the ground. The light sort of dims in its eyes as it collapses to the ground into a pile of metal.
All right. I'm going to use the
It's Corbin's turn.
5. Yes, I'm going to use the Drunken Monkey attack since I might as well.
Okay.
Because it's the encounter ability.
Sure.
So I am going to do that. Unfortunately, I do not have advantage on this one because
You did not slide it.
used the flurry of blows on the other guy.
Yeah.
Come on. Where are you? There it is. Okay. That is 11 against Will.
We'll miss.
Oh, that's a bad roll.
It is.
Okay. I will. I mean, I might as well. I'm also going to use my racial encounter power.
Okay.
to attack. Unfortunate.
Blade Storm.
I do. Yeah, I do. I do get that. Okay.
The spiky boy fires a.
Actually.
Oh, yep.
Before I do that,
Okay.
I am going to, because that's a minor action to do that.
Yes, it is.
So I use my attack action to go for Drunken Monkey. I miss.
Yep.
I'm going to use my movement and action to shift 1 square to the right.
Okay.
And then I will use my minor action to use the Blade Storm.
Okay.
That's all fair use of action.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think I see why you're doing that.
Yeah. That's why I was like, hang on a second, let me think about this. So if this hits, this will be good. All right. Only 1 target.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. That's 9 damage with my Razor Storm ability. I then use my Flurry of Blows to deal 5 more damage, and I will slide the skeleton to the square to my left.
I can't imagine why you do that other than puts him directly in line of sight for Krishnak.
There you go.
Well, it seems I don't need to charge, so I'll just sort of saunter up. And I'm going to use my Warrior Surge because I need those hit points.
Yep, that's fine.
And you get +2
Yes.
to this. You don't need it.
And plus 3 to that damage.
So that's what?
So that's
11 damage. Nice. Okay.
Clonk.
And you can spend a healing surge.
Yep. Puts me back to 20.
Much better. Ow. And he is Marked. All right. It is a skeleton archer's turn. It will turn and attack Grishnag because he's been marked by him. And these are not. Yeah. All right. Rolls to hit.
And he crits.
Nope. He rolls. He misses. He swings kind of ineffectual. The skeleton archers seem to be, despite the fact their hit bonuses are identical to their range attack bonuses, seem to be less good at swinging swords as they are at shooting. Same hit rolls, much less damage. All right, Virgil, you're up.
All right, I'm going to use my encounter. So, Scouring Weapons.
Oh,
17
you just crit it.
Yeah.
Oh no, you rolled max damage.
He effectively critted. Virgil effectively critted, but yeah.
17 acid damage.
So the non-existent skeleton has a -2 penalty to AC on its next turn. So
All right. All right. You dissolve. All right. So your acid burns away the remaining skeletal the skeletal bits of it, and the metal pieces clatter to the floor. You are victorious! Hooray!
Yay!
Ow.
Yep. All right. I want to do something before I forget. Hang on. I think this is the correct command for this. Hang on, I need to double check something here. Okay, that's what. Okay, yeah. Virgil, what is your armor class? Virgil, what's your armor class?
Okay.
Ash?
Oh, my armor class?
Yeah.
It is 17.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Then, all right, that's it for now. Is there anything you'd like to do in this room before you move on?
Gee, I don't know. Are my two beat up friends going to want to take a short rest?
I would think that might be a good idea, but you know, I'm far be it from me. You could just push on if you'd like to.
I wouldn't say no to a sandwich.
You should catching your breath and spending some surges seems like a good idea. Some people might want to donate some to, and actually, no, actually, I think you haven't spent any surges. You might want to spend your own surges for the.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my own. So I got it out that like unscathed. I can afford to spend two of my own.
Yep, go for it.
All right, and I'll use one then.
So I'm at 11, so I can burn. Another 2 will get me to full, so yeah.
All right.
I'll be at 9.
Okay.
You have a fair number of hit surges, don't you, Eric?
I have 12 surges, yes.
Yeah, I only get 6, so.
It's almost like he's a tank.
It's almost like it's my job.
It's almost like you're supposed to get beat up. Well, sort of. All right, excellent. Is there anything
to get people to try to beat you up?
Yes. Yeah. Getting hit is sort of part of the job. But at any rate, is there anything you'd like to do in this room before you move on? Also, in addition to resting. While you're resting, you can look around or what have you.
Yeah. I'll definitely check the room around. Check out the room. Like,
all
is
right.
it just like a round cistern-looking room, or is there like...
There is stuff in the room.
Yeah.
It looks like it's sort of... It's very clear that once upon a time, tapestries did hang on the wall. There are remnants of them. Like, again, more remnant of the tapestries than there should be, given how old this place is. At least in theory.
Right.
But, yeah. Definitely some remnants of tapestry here. There is also some... Parts of the wall have what look like, how would I describe it? It's sort of, murals / frescoes on them. They it looks like just of landscapes, honestly.
Okay.
It's very clearly this is sort of a, this room is sort of set up as a sort of an entryway into the facility beyond, and these were definitely some sort of guardians, effectively, from what you can tell. If anyone wants to do any active investigation of anything, more importantly, you may do so. It does not look like there's any particular like furniture or anything like that in the room. But I will need rolls of some sort before I give you more details.
Yeah, I'll poke around, see if I can't find anything of interest.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything along those lines also?
Well, looking at the the murals on the walls and stuff, does it appear to be like landscapes, the actual area, or is it just like generically decorative landscapes?
You could give me either a survival or a history roll.
Survival or history? I think that survival is probably going to be higher than that.
I will do a history roll for that, actually.
Okay. 21.
I don't have a survival skill.
It's nature.
Nature, that's what I'm thinking of.
Nature, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I will say this, Corbin, you do not recognize the landscapes as you do not recognize the landscapes. Virgil, okay. There are elements of the landscape. The landscapes do not look like anything that are in the current area. However, you do, looking at it more carefully, you do notice that there are some like some of the terrain, like the hills or mountains and such. While the rest of the landscape, like buildings and trees and such like that, look very different, the actual like land itself, you can see like there are mountains that look like they look mostly like the ones you're used to seeing, maybe a little bit bigger, but you know. So at a guess, it looks like it's a landscape from a different time. Almost as if a lot of time had passed since these frescoes were made.
Right.
Some people would consider these to be very valuable.
No.
I don't know if I would know that in character.
Usually when somebody this is me doing my Corbin. Usually when somebody punches a wall, we just paint it over with white paint.
Seems like a lot of trouble to cover up damage to your wall.
Worst thing about frescoes is you can't loot them.
I mean,
They're
you
just
could
like-
take them with you.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you can actually. It just takes a lot of work.
I mean, yeah, technically speaking, you could take these down and move them.
We would have to take most of the wall down.
Yes, that would be
That ain't
accurate.
proper looting though. Looting you do pretty quick when you got a chance. That's a ransacking is what you're talking about.
It's almost a heist.
It's a pity that cameras don't exist in this world.
All right. So like, is there any like furniture in here aside from like the tapestries and the?
There is no actual furniture in here. No. Before Eric, I'm sorry, I forgot your perception roll. Sorry, let me get back to you.
Yes.
You actually rolled pretty well. You do notice that in the sort of walls on either side of the doorway you came in, sort of well disguised into the frescoes on either side of the door, there is some sort of you notice there's a very thin slit that seems to have, like, you can sort of vaguely make out, like, it looks a little odd, but you notice that when like dust from moving around the room is drifts sort of through it, you can sort of almost see like there's light passing through that area there. Almost like there's a beam of light that sort of runs from the northern wall to the southern wall right by the entrance of the room. A very hard to see light. You wouldn't notice except that like you like scatter dust through it, basically.
Huh. Oh, look at this.
Yes.
I see light coming out here. I throw some dust to illustrate it.
Where's the light beam coming from again?
It's coming from a slit. It's coming from one of the. You can't tell which direction it's going, for obvious reasons. But from there's little slits in the walls, north and south of the western entrance into the room, where you came in.
North and south. Let's take a look at that south wall then.
You do that. I'm gonna try something, and I pull out a crowbar.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to open up the slit, see what happens.
Okay. Sure. Give me a strength check. Give yourself +2 proficiency bonus on it afterwards. You got a crowbar, that'll give you a bonus.
Can I roll athletics for this?
Sure, that's even better. Go for that. Yep.
Oh,
Jeebus. Well, Grishak crit that. Max, you rolled a nat 20 on that. All right. Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, I guess we know which way we're going now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not exactly. No, I mean, you. What are you trying? Is there anything you're in particular trying to do?
Trying to open it up so I can see what's
Okay, that's
what's
fair.
on the other side. Like, what's is there a mirror that's generating it? Is it something magic? What's
All
going
right, so
on?
you put the crowbar in, you pry with a mighty heave on the crowbar. You hear sort of the old metal fatigue and break as you pry open, and within the slit, you're on the northern one. You said, All right. On the northern side, you see a row of crystals that are you can see very little. That looks like they've got something behind them that's projecting, that's causing the light. You can sort of faintly make the light coming from the crystals going forward. It is much more diffuse now that the slit is open. Also, you did hear what sounded like glass breaking as you pried it open, as you broke some mirrors in there.
Yeah, whatever. It's not like there was a bad luck or anything. That's
no.
a halfling superstition, not an orc one.
Okay. But you
Is that
easily
cool?
pry it open, and you can definitely see the interior in there. Yep. It's a series of about five sort of reddish crystals.
Mm.
Fairly translucent. They're pretty easy. They're not. I don't know what type. They're crystals, not gems, really. So they're shiny.
Do this look like the crystals that we saw upstairs?
No,
as
they
part
look
of the-
different.
Okay.
I poke one.
It is it feels like a crystal that you poke.
All right, so it's not like electrified or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Light refracting crystals. I suppose
If
that's what.
I pop one out of its socket, does it still generate light?
You popping one out? You want to pop one out of a socket? Sure. No, it stops generating light when it's been removed from its socket.
Pop it back in, does it start generating again?
Yes, actually.
So there's magic running through the walls here that are supplying light and some kind of power to various things. Okay,
Possibly.
that's good to know.
I'm very tempted to lick the socket.
Virgil adamantly says that is a bad idea. No, don't do that.
Looks like halfway to the socket. No!
Oh.
Virgil feels like it's like Willy Wonka in the situation at this point. It's like, no, stop, don't. Which I guess makes for a second. This is a loop in this one. Okay. Well, so at least we know where the light's coming from in this room. These rooms
Well,
that don't
sort
have
of.
torches.
I mean, it's again. This is not the exact same light as you see from the things, but you're guessing it's a similar system. Yes.
Yeah, they probably wanted the more natural light in here to help simulate the effect of the frescoes in the room, to make it for like an outdoorsy kind of thing. I guess if people are down here for a while, you kind of need to have some kind of like natural light down here, otherwise people start freaking out.
Why?
I guess like Virgil the Rat Man is just like I don't know either. Like,
It's just things you've heard from people. Surface dwellers don't like being underground all the time.
a little weird. Give me a dark, dank cellar any day of the week.
I know, right?
Okay. All right.
I am going to pocket. How many crystals are in there?
There are 5.
I'm going to pocket 3 of them. I'm going to leave 2 in there to generate light.
I mean, they don't seem to be
yeah.
tied to the sconces on the walls. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to completely disable what's going on, but maybe they're valuable, so I'll grab some.
Okay, that's fine.
And we are down here for a loot, theoretically.
That is true.
Well, yeah, in a sense, I guess.
Yes, we are down here for cash.
Is there
I
anything?
am down here for loot.
That's fine. Is there anything else you'd like to investigate in this room before you move on?
I think we're just good.
Okay.
All right. So the only
There's only one door
obvious
here,
way.
so.
Yeah, the only obvious way is going north.
All right. Let me take a look at my map again. Damn it! Did not mean to drag that. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. All right. Well, you head north. That door opens up into a 4-way intersection, actually. To the east is another door. To the north is a passageway that goes up on ahead, and to the west is a passageway that goes off to the west. Which way would you like to go?
Let's see. Let's head. I suggest we go to the west. That's my choice.
Okay,
All right, we can go west.
sure. As you go to the west, wall sconces light up as you travel down the passageway. And eventually, after a little while, not too long, it bends north, and there's a long passageway that goes north for quite some time. And eventually there's another little alcove to the east, which has another desk in it.
Is there more booze in the desk?
Would you like to search the desk?
I would.
All right. Anyone who wants to search the desk, maybe give me a perception roll.
There we go.
Oh ho! I found the good booze.
All right. Well, if you guys are gonna do that, then well, I've got a good roll.
Yeah, for sure had 12. Like, you didn't see anything.
All right. Grishnak, you go searching for booze. You find another flask. But more importantly, you do find what look like in a sort of well hidden. You find a box that looks like a sort of that's a bit well hidden, and inside the box is a series of, and there looks like there are. Actually, I don't know, how many are there? I know what I'll do. All right, well, there are 8 what look like little sort of badges almost. They are made of what looks sort of like sort of a silvery metal. It's not. It's very clearly not actually silver, but it is sort of got that sort of almost that sort of silvery color to it. You know, it looks like it's harder than lead, but it's not like steel or iron either. It's shiny and silvery. But set in the middle of it is a blue crystal plate, which has a character like much like the has a character of the script that Virgil found in that book in the first desk.
All right. Everybody gets 2, and I'll put the other 2 in the sort of group kitty.
Okay.
All right. Virgil takes one of his 2 and affixes it to his robe that he's wearing.
Okay.
I think these are sort of like ID badges or something. That would explain how somebody went in the way we went through and walked past those creatures without triggering their defensive mechanisms. Like they had a way to be in here and they knew not to attack it.
It's possible.
That's certainly a theory.
Oh, and Eric, and Corbin, you find another ledger that looks very similar to the one that Virgil found, though it's in less good condition.
Got it.
It looks like it's been used more. It was used more heavily, honestly. Like whoever used it was less careful with it originally. Like it looks like it honestly looks like it might have like coffee stains and such on it.
All right, I'll attach mine to my whatchamacallit, to my helmet.
Okay.
Because I'm unlikely to take that off unless we're napping.
Fair. All right. Do you want to continue further on up to the north? And does Corbin want to do anything with either of his badges?
I will. I will stab one onto one of my spikes, I guess.
Okay. All right. So if you head to the north, there's a bend in the passageway bends to the east, and there's a closed door ahead of you.
I picked the last one. One of you pick the way we got this time.
The door if you want to try opening the door opens easily.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
You see a large round room. In the room, you see 2 canine figures made of metal and two skeletal figures with bows.
All right, let's try to see if your idea works. I step into the room.
All right, you step into the room. You see the lights in the eyes flare up red, then turn blue, and then turn off. Nothing else happens.
Ah, you're right.
Virgil just a little tiny little fist pump, like, yeah.
All right. This room has actually got 3 doors. There's one in each sort of, one to the north, one to the east, and one to the south. What would you like to do? The room, by the way, the room otherwise looks almost identical to the room you the first room you went into, the first circular room you went into.
We're going to need to make a map eventually.
Yeah, I am keeping track of like where we have gone, so I have some sort of idea.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
I mean, I'm not going to. Obviously, I will not like give you guys this map, but I will. I can provide something a little bit later of areas you've been through, maybe. But or if you guys want to go back over it at some point, we can discuss it. You can sketch it yourselves. That's either's fine. What would you like to do?
All right. Where were the doors again now? I'm adding that to the thing. So
north. You came in through the west door. There's one to the north, one to the east, and one to the south.
North, west, and south. Okay. I'm trying to think. Imagine this. So we.
So I will go over. You came down the stairs. You went east, then north very shortly, then to the west, then a long trek north, then back east into this room.
Okay. So we could either keep going north and keep going in that direction, or we could try to double back down by going south and see if that leads somewhere. Or just go east, I guess. I mean,
that is up to you.
All right, then. You know what? Let's keep going north.
All right, you want to go north? All right, that door opens on its own. That door easily opens and just swings open into the next room, which is a smaller squarish room. This one has several. This one has a couple of tables and some chairs sort of scattered about in the room. It looks sort of like just sort of almost like a. Actually, more accurately, it's got sort of 2 tables on the near the north with sort of chairs behind them, and several badly faded and cracked and falling apart sheets of paper, basically. Paper or parchment, whichever. It's hard to. It looks like it was paper, but basically at this point the ink is largely faded away and the paper is falling apart.
It's like some kind of office.
Possibly.
Considering it was another one of those big clear rooms that had the guards. This is probably some kind of like intake office or something. All right. And
there's a door on the eastern wall.
Okay.
Do a quick ransack of the room.
Nothing that exciting in here, honestly.
All right.
You do. There is an ink. There are a couple of ink. Each desk has an inkwell on it, which is empty. Unsurprisingly, it looks like there's very, very old, dried out ink in there. Like sort of like a residue. Like there was ink in here, but it's dried away at this point. And there are actually, in addition to that, there are 2. You realize what are 2 that are there are a couple of pens on the sort of fountain pen type things. They're made of glass or crystal, maybe. It's hard to tell unless you pick it up.
This is where we find out they ID like locked their pens, and you cannot touch their pens. If they are nice looking glass pens, then Virgil will actually take those.
Oh, they actually look very nice. Yes.
Yeah, just maybe something we can get some pocket change out of.
Sure. You can grab the pens and the inkwells if you'd like.
Yep.
Those are the only really valuable looking things in the room. They look like they might be worth something, at least. And there's a door in the eastern wall, as I said.
All right. Shall we head east then?
Yeah, let's go east.
All right. You try to open the door. It seems to be locked.
All right.
All right. I think was I actually smart enough to get thieves' tools? I have thievery. All right. I don't have tools, but I can.
I have the only tool we need. I have the crowbar.
Would you like to? You want to force the door open then? All right.
Unless someone's actually going to try to like pick the lock or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have a 6 in thievery.
You
Virgil's
can
a
try to pick
9.
the lock without thieves' tools. It's just much harder. It's just harder.
Yeah. Yep.
I
These
think
tools give you a +2. So
I think we should try to pick the door first, and then like that way, like if you like break the door and we don't get through, like we don't break the lock in the process.
right. So I'll give I can give this a try.
I have a
I've got
9. What do you got?
Oh, okay. You're trained in it then, so you've got the best shot at it then.
All right.
I
Virgil
just have my dex, so
Virgil pulls out like a nail, and he's just trying to use that to jimmy the
Sure.
lock.
24. Yeah. No. Virgil pulls out some various things and improvises some thieves' tools with them, some lockpicks with them, and picks the lock. And without actually much effort.
Sort of disappointedly put my crowbar away.
There will be plenty of things to break.
you used it earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
All right,
fun.
the door opens. Interestingly, this is the first hallway you've seen. The lights don't come on when you enter them.
All right, so there is no light in here.
No.
All right. Considering we have somebody who can't see at all, Virgil reaches into his adventurer's pack and cracks open one of his
Glow rods.
sun rods. Yeah.
Sunrise, yep. All right, that's what they're called. Right. All right. You now have light. Ahead of you, you see the passageway basically goes forward a while, comes to a dead end, and then it turns off to the south.
Okay.
It also looks like it turns off south and then immediately bends east, pretty much.
okay.
I take it you want to. You are going to. Are you going? Where are you going to go from here? Do you want to go forward or try to head off to the south?
I'm inclined to go forward until
Well, basically, it looks like it comes up to a dead end ahead, like just past the bend to the south. Is what it said.
Oh, okay.
Virgil politely hands the sun rod to Corbin, who actually needs it. And because Virgil has a crossbow, I cannot hold his sun rod if he has to pull out his crossbow.
That's fair.
Yeah. I always have a hand free, so
Yeah, that's also fair. All right. So I take it you head down the hallway.
Yeah.
All right. What is everybody's passive perception?
Not especially good.
Passive perception. Where is that at?
Well, that's your perception bonus plus 10, basically.
Okay.
Well,
19.
You got a perception of 9? Damn. All right.
Yep, because it's wisdom, and I'm trained in it.
Oh, fair enough. That's a good point.
yeah, I have the same bonus. Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm remembering now bonuses in 4E. Okay. Cool. All right. Who's got point?
probably me.
Okay. Good to know. All right. What was your passive perception, Eric?
12.
Got it. All right.
Yeah, not 19.
Yes. Two of you are trained in perception. One of you is not. Got it. You head down the hall, and as you get to the point where the passageway turns south, Virgil and Corbin, you both notice that the floor panel right in the middle there is very slightly raised compared to the rest of the floor, just as Grishnak steps on it.
Grishnak, I think that. Oh dear.
You hear a clicking noise, and a volley of darts erupts from the wall ahead of you. I would like everybody to actually. I'm just going to roll here, and we're going to roll. What is it? Let me double check it here. It's almost like it's a trap. All right, I'm going to roll this. I'm just going to roll once. Compare this to your armor class, okay?
All right.
All right.
It didn't actually do anything. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to make this easier. There we go. Boop. Oh, dear Lord.
That hits all of us.
It's all of us, yeah.
All right, everyone is hit by a dart. Everyone takes 1 point of damage.
And now the
And-
bad thing happens.
Yes. You all immediately feel woozy. You are all disoriented. You have a -2 to all checks for a while.
Yeah, like forget that. Virgil pulls out the dart, takes a sniff of it to see if he can determine what kind of poison this is, to see if he can actually do anything about it.
You'll need to give me a roll of some sort for that.
Heal?
Yep, that's good. That's a good one for it.
It wouldn't feel kind of good. Feel
No.
good. Like
22.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You do recognize this poison. You do recognize something similar to this. It is probably from this. It is probably a. Honestly, at a guess, it's probably a neurotoxin of some sort that has become much less effective over the centuries. So good luck. It is unlikely to kill you. If they basically, yeah, you all right, you know enough, Ash, that you can. I will say this. Here's what you may do. So I'll tell you roughly how this is going to work. You all have a penalty of -1. I misread that. To all checks for the next. Basically, it'll be for a while. It's time based. You'll get a saving throw at that point after a certain period of time. It's like 10 minutes or so. After that, if you fail the saving throw, it gets worse, and if you make it, it immediately wears off. Then after another 10 minutes, after another chunk of time, you make another saving throw, and if you fail that, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
So I don't think heal lets me make
What heal will let you do is you could use it to give people a free saving throw against it if you want to.
Yeah, that is probably what I should do then.
All right, so give me a heal check. Another heal check.
All right, let me click that.
Oh yeah. All right. Everyone make a saving throw, and since you rolled that well, Ash, I'm going to give everyone +2 to the roll.
All right, so we roll 4.
D20, no, D20 plus straight D20 +2, basically. On a 10 or better, you improve.
D20 plus 2. All right.
All right.
Nick is no longer okay. Corbin is no longer affected by the poison.
All right, so D20 plus.
Virgil is still affected by the
6.
poison.
the +2 saves me.
And the +2 saves Grishnak. Yep. All right. So Virgil, you are still woozy. I will give you another saving throw in a little while.
Yeah, Virgil's like, all right, that'll probably help you all, and he just like promptly just kind of like.
Virgil looks a little wobbly.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, okay, this isn't gonna kill me probably. I'll deal.
I will say this: this poison might have been lethal centuries ago. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
But yes, the wall ahead of you is definitely the passageway ahead was where the darts came from. So if you head to the south, you basically end up traveling west for a while, but it does bend back and forth a couple of times. I'm not going to give the exact. It ends up basically at the same point where eventually it bends back north and then doubles back for a while, and then bends north again at a dead end.
I think somebody else should be making decisions right now, considering Virgil is not in a good way at the moment.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a thing by the. This is a dumb rhyme. Why do you catch anything by the toe? Just chew it off.
Well, you've got a blank wall in front of you, which seems a little. Which, given that it was behind a locked door and a trap, seems a little fishy.
I kick the door, or the wall.
Okay. All right. You kick the wall. Everyone give me a perception check, actually. Remember, Ash, you have -1 to the roll.
All right, so just do this, and then we will subtract 1.
Yep.
So 21.
17.
All right.
25.
It sounds significantly more hollow than it should behind the wall.
Crowbar!
Sure.
Well, let's let him have his fun this time.
All right. You actually sort of feel along the edge of the wall, and actually you've all rolled well enough that you can sort of see that there's definitely a crack in the wall. It is definitely a sort of a fake door, a fake wall door. You shove your crowbar in there, and you can give me an athletics check, Eric.
All right.
30 again.
All
Goddamn.
right, so what we've learned so far in this campaign, every enemy hits like a truck, and Grishnek's crowbar always works.
So
That's fair.
Krishnak puts the crowbar in, levers it, and then with a mighty heave pulls it, and the door, you hear a snap, and the door slams open. And you are now, ahead of you, see a room. Wow. All right. You are in a square. You come into a square room. There are 3 doors here. One to the east, one to the north, one to the west. They seem to be in sort of the corners of the room. Hang on, let me give you a little sketch here so that you guys can sort of see what I'm going to draw basically what this looks like here, just for make things simpler on the map that you guys are on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, draw a shape. Do. So, come here. There we go. All right, so you can see the square, right?
Yep.
All right, so there is a door there. There's a door there, and there's a door there. And you came in through there. Classic D&D dungeoneering markings. Actually, that's not. The S is not quite the right way, but whatever.
Yes, a door for snakes.
S for secret. Literally, that's. All right. In the room, actually, you slam the door open. I just realized where you are. All right, excellent. You slam the door open. You step into the room. It is already lit. In the room, you see. The room's got a bunch of like. This looks like it's probably a storage room of some sort at some point. And what you see in the room, some of them are looking back. So what you see is a group of 7 kobolds. One of whom was very clearly going, "Hey, did you guys hear that noise from the southern wall?" He's got that look on his face like he just said that before Grishnak forced the southern wall secret door open. And you're now staring at a group of 7 kobolds. Some of them are rummaging through the boxes in the room. They look very surprised. You guys are a little bit surprised too. You're all sort of staring at each other like, huh.
Well, howdy there, fellas.
Hello?
Y'all come to explore the labyrinth too?
Yes, that's what our tribe is doing. Yes.
Well, good for you.
That was a wall, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I see. Boss.
I'm just gonna like grab one of the crates and start going through it.
We were here searching first. There's other places you could look.
Quick perception look.
Sure.
Are they wearing badges?
Sure. Give me a perception roll if you like.
Ooh.
So 27.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could make a trade here and like avoid hostilities by giving them some badges, but like they already got some. Fuck.
Yeah, it looks like they might have been the first ones in. We would, sir.
Anything good in the box?
Honestly, that box. Actually, all right. The box you were looking in. Which one is that? I'm actually. I have to determine. Actually, I don't know which box you were. Which I'm not. Yeah. I'll randomly determine what box you're looking at.
Whichever was closest.
I'm gonna roll a d6. There are 6 crates in the room. You're gonna look in one of them randomly. You're looking in crate number 1. What is in crate number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a fun one.
Is it explosives?
No, it is not explosive. It is not that fun. What is in this crate? Honestly, this crate is this one is filled. This one is largely filled with weapons of sorts, mostly swords. There's a bunch of what look like. It looks like there are a bunch of. There's like 6 short swords in here, all of what look like pretty high quality, and they all look like they have silvered blades.
Ooh.
I give one to Virgil. I give one to Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
And the box won't fit in my pocket, will it?
Do you have Eric? Do you have a bottomless pocket?
No, but I feel like I should at this point.
You very much want one. Okay. No, it does not fit. The box does not fit in your pocket. We are not playing Baldur's Gate.
Pick it up, eat the box, regurgitate it when I need it later.
While Grishnak is doing this, I'm just going to say so. How'd y'all find your way down here?
Well, at which point the more heavily armored kobold sort of puts his hand on one of the shoulders and said, "Let me handle this." Our tribe, when we were exploring the upper level, we noticed your group leaving a large room, and so we investigated there ourselves and found a spiral staircase going down. So we figured, why not investigate down? We found a desk with some stuff. We found a desk with found the desk down there, and there was some these little shiny things. He says, pointing at the badge on his chest.
You missed the booze.
Well, the booze was probably bad by that point, no?
Virgil's just shaking his head like he drank both of them.
Oh well, that's nice to hear. Yeah, once we got rid of that big crystalline thingamajig, I suppose it would have been easier to make your way through that rim. So I'm glad to know that we made your passage a little bit easier in order to get here.
Ah, so there was a guardian in that room before. Interesting. That's why our scouts didn't come back from the exploration of there. Ah, I see. They did
Look, I got a trade of axes over there. I'll trade you some swords.
Honestly, the kobolds sort of go. They look at the short swords. Look at the axes. They are some axes. They're like, sure.
Hey, awesome. I'll trade the 3 short swords for 3 axes.
They're happy to do that. They're like, woot, we can use these. These axes are a bit too big for us. We're kobolds.
This is the weirdest game of Settlers of Catan I've ever played.
You can build everything with sheep.
So I have a silver short sword and 3 silvered battle axes.
Actually, yes, the axes are also silvered. This raises some interesting questions now that you're thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we've got werewolves down here.
So,
or just everything that they made was silvered for whatever reason.
That's also possible. The heavily armored kobold sort of looks at you guys and says, "So." He sort of scratches his chin for a minute. This is a large dungeon, yes?
It definitely seems to be.
There's lots of loot here for the taking at the moment. I have proposal. if you are interested. I'll have to. I can't speak for all of my tribe, but I think I can carry this deal to the rest of the tribe if you are interested. Would be easier if we don't fight each other over all of the stuff here. So why don't we have ceasefire between our groups? That way, we go our separate ways and we try to avoid stepping on each other's toes. But if we do stumble across a similar area, we could agree to share loot if we run this area at the same time.
Yeah, all right. Well, no, there ain't enough.
At least for this floor of the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all been keeping a map of your progression?
He looks over the armored guy looks over at the guy who spotted you, who has he's got a sort of a sling staff and he's got sort of slung over one shoulder and has what looks like a pouch filled with little orbs in it. The guy sort of nods. What are you keeping map with it? Were you keeping a map of your trip?
Virgil.
Yeah.
Then we could. Yes,
unfortunately, yeah, Virgil hasn't been writing down a map. Unfortunately, Virgil is not in Gier, who would have been doing that, but he does have a rough idea of.
All right, you can describe where they were going. Where you're going at least.
Yeah.
Right, so
okay.
We can compare notes with their map.
Sure, we can trade information. Absolutely. Make it easier. All right. I will provide you guys with a sketch of what they did before.
Right.
I'll have to draw that out. Yes, that sounds that's excellent. Okay, so you came through that way. You said there was the dart trap there, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, Injure, you can make a saving throw now. Another saving throw if you'd like now.
All right,
No penalty.
so
It's just a straight D20.
All right.
Come on, Ash.
Ooh, you are feeling woozier. Yes, as you sort of go, yeah, like, is he unwell?
Yeah, I mean, it's because he's small. I say, nodding knowingly to Corbin.
That's actually a good point, because he is much smaller than either of them.
Fair point.
You know what? There's actually the dosage.
All right. Actually, okay. So I'm going to make a suggestion here. If you want to.
Yeah.
It occurs to you that you do have that untested healing potion that you were given by
Yeah.
that you could try if you would like. Technically speaking, it's not really what it's designed for, but maybe.
I mean, we don't even know if it would. Yeah, exactly.
For all we know, it might make him explosive. Let's give it to him.
Like on the one hand, drinking this in this situation is probably a bad idea. On the other hand, Virgil is very, very poisoned and probably not thinking very good. So he does it.
Okay, you drink the potion. Give me another saving throw. This is for a separate thing.
Uh-oh.
Right.
13.
Oh, yeah,
Excellent.
good.
All right, good. You are healed back. You basically get the effects of spending this healing surge. So if you were at all injured still, that is healed.
All right, she's back at 28.
All right, great. And in addition, it cures the poison.
Okay.
If you had failed the saving throw, it would have been a negative effect.
Yeah.
These healing potions are highly experimental.
Thankfully, Virgil was not in the control group.
Control group? What's that?
I'm going to give some adventurers special healing potions with an additional effect. And some adventurers just red water. We'll see what happens.
No. He does. No. We're not talking about a pure scientist. We're talking about a mad scientist here, guys.
Yeah.
That's why he's not telling anybody that experiment's going on.
All right.
He is mad, but has good data testing procedure.
All right. So you trade information to the kobolds. I'll give a rough description of what they did. Hang on. Let me take back the map here. So you guys are. I got to find where you guys are again. Hang on. All right, you're there. All right. Basically, from what you can tell, they went east from where you guys were.
Okay.
And then basically traveled through a large series of rooms. They've been down here for a good better part of a day at this point, basically, because you guys looks like they probably came in right after you guys did. And they've been if there were any rooms that they thought might be dangerous, they've been very sneaky and moving through them quickly.
As opposed to us to just sort of kick open the door and then break.
They are
right?
kobolds.
Yeah. And I am an orc.
Yep. So they went. I'm sort of tracing the path for myself here. Yeah, they've not explored everything. They know there's a bunch of stuff in the area where they passed through already that they've not been thoroughly searching. They've been sort of much like you guys. They're not like trying to completely block out areas. I will give you guys a partial map later of what you and they've traveled through so far. The kobold sort of looking at. He looks to be doing better. So shall we? I guess. Well, the tall folk, the humans, tend to shake on these deals or something, shake hands on these sort of things.
Right. Yeah, we can do that instead.
Sure. Less bloodshed involved that way, I guess.
Yeah.
He holds forward a hand, a very small, scaly hand.
I hold forward a very thick, meaty green hand.
You shake. Good. I'd rather not get in fight. You seem, while you are not a large group, you seem well prepared.
Corbin makes kind of like a contact-free gesture, which he's probably very used to doing at this point.
Sure.
And he says, in case we need to identify ourselves to another branch of your party.
Yes. We did actually decide on decide on if we decided to make a deal with other adventurers. There's code phrase. He says I don't remember what it's swordfish.
Something in Draconic, which none of us. Yeah, something Draconic.
It is something in swordfish, which in Draconic, which translates to swordfish. The password's always swordfish.
One moment for it, please.
Sure.
Okay. It occurs to me that because I was just thinking to myself, like, the way that I've been playing Corbin is like, I just have a charisma of 10, and then I remember he's a weird gray giant covered in spikes. That's why.
Yeah, it's not that he's
that looked like an important phone number, but it was not.
I'm glad it was. I guess I kind of got. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, pleasure doing the business with you. I am glad we did not come to blows on this.
Yeah. Got some shiny axes out of it.
Yes, and we got some good swords. It looks like. Yes. If you feel free to take some stuff from other boxes here. We can't carry all of that. We'll bring some of this stuff back to the rest of the other larger section of our group, who are back. He gestures down the hallway off to the east, which is where there's an open door. The doors to the north and west are not open at the moment.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'll check the boxes, see if there's anything useful in them.
It's mostly sort of. Most of the stuff is like you've looked through. There's one box that has. Honestly, one box has crossbow bolts. One box has a mix of crossbow bolts and arrows. That with silver tips. One box has a bunch of crystal vials filled with what looks sort of a silvery liquid with leaden stoppers.
Those are definitely going to be tasty. I'll take some.
And there is a box. Looking at my notes here. There's a box with a mixture with some crossbows and bows in it, unsurprisingly.
Oh, that's good.
And the last box is. Oh, yeah. The last. Sorry, that next to last box was a mixture of various types of ranged weapons. So it was bows, crossbows, and slings, basically.
Are they like normal like ones?
Oh yeah, it's basic short bows, basic crossbows, and basic slings, basically.
Are there silvered ammunition though?
The previous box I mentioned, there's silver bolts and arrows and sling bolts. I forgot to mention.
Okay, yeah, Virgil definitely takes some of the silver ammo there.
I am shocked. Shocked, I say. The last box is it's more weapons. They're daggers. Silvered again.
Well, everyone can use a dagger.
Yeah, the daggers would probably be better for Virgil than the short swords are, considering short swords are not a simple weapon.
Also for me, because I do implement attacks.
Yep.
I did not know that. Okay.
Monks are weird and monks are weird and foraging.
They are.
Like it's okay, but like they're not a martial class, but they are. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and the big thing is so I know what happened with monks in 4E. They were originally going to be they were originally not going to be the psychic power source. They were going to be the key power source, but they dropped that power source. And key was going to originally work a bit more like, which is why their power setup is completely different than the rest of the psychic classes.
Right. They don't have any.
They don't get power points. They don't.
Yeah.
So the other key classes are going to have similar sort of technique, like the combo techniques, from what I understand. I'm sad that happened because I think that I think that the other key classes would have been fun. Because I like the monk mechanic a lot. I think it's neat. The way that their attacks have both a normal and a move technique built in, attack and a move technique built into them. It's really neat.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. Basically, this is a storeroom, is what it looks like. And I am going to suggest that this is a good wrap point for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We successly had an encounter with the kobolds. Yeah.
You got the kobolds, and you managed to avoid it being a fight. I'm actually very pleased with that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys basically it hinged on when Eric you offered the trade of the swords for the axes. That was what made them go, wait, we can deal with these guys. We can trade with them. Yes, we're happy to do so.
Yeah, like we walked into the room. Okay, they see the rat guy. Okay, he's kind of like one of us. He can probably get deal. They see Corbin. Like, I don't know anything about him. He's a little sketchy. Then they see the giant fuck off orc. Like,
they're like, oh no,
we're
an
all
orc.
going to die.
Oh, we could be dead here.
Immediately start looting stuff without talking.
Right? Yes. They're like, oh, this could be bad. This could be bad. And he's like, oh, you want to trade some of these swords for those axes? And they're like, oh, he's a reasonable. Oh, yay! We can work with this.
The best part is they totally had claim on those swords already.
They did.
Oh, they absolutely did. Yes.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Take them from you?
I was.
They were debating whether they were going to have to.
I was kind of trying to establish, like, oh, we took out that guardian ahead of you guys, so that like, hey, we kind of like helped you get down here, so maybe we don't need to fight, kind of thing. But,
Yep. No, that helped. That did help. Excellent. All right, we're gonna wrap this stream up here, this recording up here. Thank you everybody for watching. If you're on YouTube, hope you enjoyed. If you're watching us live on Twitch, hi! Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed too. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I need time to prep I've got basically the rough layout of the dungeon, this floor of the dungeon laid out, but I do need to prep like encounters and such. So. And hopefully be able to actually make some actual little bit better maps. And there are going to be more fights, I promise. Because that's sort of the point of this campaign. It's supposed to be a bit of a dungeon crawl. Anywho, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We will see you all soon. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever it is, wherever you are, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Okay, bye bye.
Bye now.
Bye, everyone.